This video is about testing NVIDIA latest 610.74 game-ready driver versus studio driver in Fortnite. And honestly, the results surprised me, because if you're blindly installing game-ready just because it says game, you might be leaving performance on the table. I tested both drivers on the same PC, same Fortnite settings, and compared everything using CapFrameX to find the best result. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So first, let's look at the NVIDIA game-ready driver result. With the game-ready driver, Fortnite reached an average of 214.7 frames per second. The max frames per second went up to 438.7 frames per second, and the P95 result was 298.9 frames per second. Now, for smoothness, the 1% low average was 113.7 frames per second, and the 0.1% low average dropped to 67.1 frames per second. That 0.1% low is important because this is where you feel those tiny dips, random hitches, or moments where the game feels heavier for no reason. The stuttering result was still decent. CapFrameX shows 99.8% smooth, with only 0.06 seconds of stuttering, which is 0.2%. So, the game-ready driver was not bad at all. The game was playable, FPS was solid, and stuttering was low. But when you look closely at the frame time graph, there are a few visible spikes, especially around the middle of the test. Not terrible, but not perfectly clean either. So, game-ready gave us a decent result. But now, let's check the studio driver, because this is where things get spicy. Now, here's the NVIDIA studio driver result in the same Fortnite test. And this one surprised me. With the studio driver, the average FPS jumped to 243.2 FPS. That's a big increase compared to game-ready. The max FPS also went higher, reaching 482.5 FPS. And the P95 result increased to 332.1 FPS. So, in raw FPS, studio is already ahead. But the more important part is the lows. The 1% low average was 114.5 frames per second, which is almost the same as game-ready, but slightly better. The bigger difference is the 0.1% low average. Studio gave 84.5 frames per second, while game-ready was only 67.1 frames per second. That is a much better worst-case result. And in actual gameplay, that means the studio driver should feel more stable during heavy moments. Fast fights, builds, edits, camera movement, effects. These are the moments where bad lows usually expose themselves. CapFrameX also shows 99.9% smooth, with only 0.04 seconds of stuttering, which is 0.1%. So not only did Studio give higher average FPS, it also gave better 0.1% lows and slightly lower stuttering. That's not what most people expect, because normally people think game-ready equals gaming, studio equals editing and creator work. But in this test, Studio pulled up to Fortnite like, "Move, bro, I got this." Now let's compare both drivers side by side. Game-ready gave 214.7 average FPS. Studio gave 243.2 average FPS. So Studio was ahead by around 28 frames per second in average frames per second. That is not a tiny difference. For max frames per second, game-ready reached 438.7 frames per second. Studio reached 482.5 frames per second. Again, Studio wins. Now, for the 1% lows, game-ready had 113.7 frames per second. Studio had 114.5 frames per second. This one is very close, so I wouldn't overhype it. Basically, both drivers were almost tied in 1% lows. But the 0.1% lows are where Studio clearly looked better. Game-ready had 67.1 frames per second. Studio had 84.5 frames per second. That's around 17 frames per second higher in the worst moments. And that matters because 0.1% lows are usually where you feel the ugly stuff. Micro stutter, tiny freezes, that weird heavy mouse feeling. The classic, why does 200 FPS feel like 80 problem? For stuttering, game-ready had 0.06 seconds. Studio had 0.04 seconds. So Studio also had slightly lower stutter time. Not a massive night and day difference, but it is cleaner. One more thing I noticed is GPU load. On the game-ready result, GPU load was mostly sitting lower, around the mid-range area. But on the studio driver result, GPU load was much higher and more active. That usually means Fortnite was using the GPU more effectively in this run. And that lines up with the FPS result. Higher GPU usage, higher average FPS, better 0.1% lows. So in this test, the studio driver didn't just give a random FPS spike. The whole result actually makes sense. The GPU looked more engaged, and the performance numbers improved with it. So here's my recommendation. If your current game-ready driver is working perfectly, your games feel smooth, and you're not having crashes or stutters, you don't need to panic and switch instantly. But if Fortnite feels unstable, your FPS feels lower than expected, or you're getting weird stutters after a driver update, then testing the studio driver is actually worth it. Don't just copy what someone says online. Test both if you can. Use CapFrameX, compare average FPS, 1% lows, 0.1% lows, and stuttering. Because the FPS counter alone does not tell the full story. In my test, Studio was the better driver for Fortnite. And honestly, I didn't expect that. Drop a like if this helped, subscribe for more real PC optimization benchmarks, and comment below which driver works better on your PC, Game Ready or Studio. I'll see you in the next one.